I found that when I lost my children, is that I had everybody rallied around like for the first 2 or 3 weeks. And then after that, I had really had nobody. So it was important that the couple people that did come by, they came by when I really broke down, when it really hit me and broke down, they were there. That's the support that I needed and the trust and the love I needed at that time. So it might not be right at that time, but for me, it was so important in the death of my son and my daughter.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah.
And I more so than my mom, because I think for my children, it's just like your soul. My soul has not healed and will not heal. But anyway, that's how it feels to me. So I think it's webs and flows. Is that the correct way?
Ebbs and flow.
You look
Ebbs
at
and flows.
the situation
Yeah.
and you determine what level of support that person from your perspective what that person needs at the time. And because of what I received, I stand back most of the time and give them the support after everybody has left, which is appreciated. I give them support during, but more so afterwards when they want to talk, when they want to just not talk, just be there. That's work for me. So asking them, what do you need?
And we know that's hard. That's hard to
Yeah.
do. That's hard to do. And I've found that during a time of grief and loss, that is you want to be there, and or if you're the friend trying to support a friend, and
Mhm.
it's very difficult. It'd be a lot of times a lot of us wonder what's the right thing to say, what's the appropriate thing to say, and sometimes
I don't think they're just personal experience. I don't really think there is a right thing to say. That's just my experience. I think that just watching the person, how they're moving, and just
go with
at
that.
you going with the flow and ask them what they need, but because they don't know. I'm just my experience because what I needed was to have my children back, but that was not possible. And what I did need is for people to tell me that they understood, and they really didn't. That was one thing that really irked me or made me angry, and maybe that's because of the time.
I think, like we're saying, that's one of the most difficult things
Yeah,
to know what's appropriate to say. And sometimes I think you just don't say anything. You
yeah,
just
yeah,
are there and let the person know that you're there if they need someone to talk to or someone to hear them, meaning you talk and I listen. I think sometimes we feel like we need to be saying something. I don't have the right thing to say, there's something wrong, or I'm not feeling the appropriateness of this situation. I don't know. I just think that's what get us into that saying, why understand. And
yeah.
you're right. Even if you've had a similar loss or if you've experienced a loss, it is not the same. And it's hard to measure someone's level of grief to to something. And I don't know. I just think that we feel like we have to say something. Otherwise, I'm not a good friend or I'm not supportive.
Yeah, and I think people, I should say, my opinion is that it's a different experience, and I haven't shared this before, to have the coroner come to your door and tell you that such a thing has happened, and then they're in a hospital sick or whatever. So having the coroner come twice, it's really
I can't
was
even
really
imagine. I
was
can't
it was devastating because they don't know you,
even
they don't
imagine
have any
that.
feelings, they just blah
Yeah,
blah blah,
I
and
just can't imagine what that feels like and
you
what
don't, you don't.
I just hope that it never
Actually,
happens.
yeah, for my daughter, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it because the kids were in the car with her as well. So I thought all three of them were gone until I found out something. But anyway, that's something that like I haven't shared before that is completely different than just a stranger.
I appreciate you sharing it. I don't know if we'll end up using it in some way unless you give that permission to.
I'm fine with it. I'm
Um,
fine with it. This what I'm saying is people say, I know how you feel. Just be careful, just be cautious of using those words because it doesn't okay. In my situations, it did not feel good and it did not make it better. So that's just my situation.
I think those are good words to be said and heard. Absolutely. Okay, so can we get back to this?
All right, all right.
Okay.
So